which is that in July of this year, it became what's called a Basel III Tier 1 asset. Central banks around the world, especially in what are called emerging markets, started to lower their exposure to US assets, and they started selling off their treasuries, and they started buying gold instead. Slowly at first, but then faster and faster. As soon as President Trump started the tariff threats, the chart explodes, right? China starts publicly accumulating gold and locking it up in their vaults. It's the fastest pace of buying in modern history. It's being done on a scale that's publicly, this is important, publicly visible to the rest of the world. Because what that does is it telegraphs to all the other countries that, hey, look at all the gold we've got. We could now get off of US Treasuries. That gives us the ability to get off of dollars. According to Luke Rahman, in just a couple of months, gold's share of reserves on the balance sheet will surpass US Treasuries. The dollar's share of global reserves have been falling to the lowest levels in decades. By the way, officially, the People's Bank of China reports that they have about 2,300 tons of gold or so. But the real number is probably way higher. Places like Bloomberg Economics and JP Morgan and the World Gold Council estimate that China probably controls closer to 3,500 to 5,000 tons when you include the gold held by state banks and sovereign funds that aren't really publicly disclosed. Okay, so hopefully I've established the point that dollar ownership is going down, gold ownership is going up, which is that in July of this year, it became what's called a Basel III Tier 1 asset. So here's exactly what that means. This is where it gets really interesting.